guys, today I am filming my spring favorites. I have so many things here to share with you. I feel like I haven't had this many favorites in a really long time, so this is pretty exciting. And first I wanted to start by talking about some jewelry favorites from Luisa. And my favorite pieces recently would be what I'm wearing today. And first we have got the Suzanne Huggy hoops in gold. They do sell these in silver as well. And then I also have the Michelle cuff on. I've had the Suzanne Huggies for about a year and the Michelle cuff for 2 or 3 years, I think. And the quality is still so amazing. These have not tarnished at all. Luisa pieces are hypoallergenic, which is great because I have had some issues with earrings irritating my ears. No troubles here, and they are just so beautiful. I've never had any stones fall out. The little fastener has never broken on any pieces. It's never bent, which is an issue I have with some other more cheapo jewelry. And Luisa is such a good brand. They have so many awesome products that are classic yet trendy at the same time. And they're constantly coming out with new pieces, or they're creating pieces and then creating them in different metals, which I love. I'm so excited to see more silver pieces. Luisa is a very environmentally conscious brand. They make their products from recycled materials, which is amazing because you literally could not tell. The quality is so good, and they have really reasonable prices for the quality of their pieces, and they have sales all the time. So definitely make sure that you guys sign up for their emails so you can be notified of upcoming sales. So now for the makeup, I have so many favorites, and yet I'm still wondering if I forgot anything, but I have 2 foundation products, more of a skin tint and then more of a medium full coverage foundation. So the skin tint is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Sheer. I have the color 1W1 Bone, which is a little dark for me, but I am able to make it work. As you guys know, my Derma Blend powder tends to lighten the look of my makeup a little bit, so that helps balance this out. I have enjoyed using skin tints more. It's really gotten me to be okay with not wearing the fullest of coverage foundations, but I usually have an issue where they break up on me a little bit or aren't the most long lasting, but this wears all day long. I don't have issues with it breaking up, and it has more of a satin finish. It looks beautiful on the skin. Definitely one of the most long wearing skin tints that I've tried, and I do really like the level of coverage in here. I would say this is a good, like, solid light coverage. Once I put the rest of my makeup on, I feel like I have more of a medium coverage going on here, but this is really nice. And then for my more medium to full coverage foundation, this is the KVD Good Apple Serum in Light 008. This one is a little bit light for me, but still works very well. It has a really nice yellow undertone. This comes in a ton of shades, and this is so nice. As I have been wearing more skin tints, when I wear some more full coverage foundations, they can feel pretty heavy in comparison. This does not. It still has a very lightweight consistency, but gives you such amazing coverage. This also wears really well on me. I don't think it's too overly mattifying. I think a lot of people could get some good use out of this, but it is not a glowy or hydrating foundation. So these are definitely 2 great foundation discoveries. Next, I have some Tower 28 cream bronzers. This is their Bronzino, which has the shimmer in it, called West Coast, and this is their Sculptino, which is the more matte finish, no shimmer, in the shade Broad. And I was very scared of this metallic one. I got this in PR. It does not look metallic on the skin. It blended really nicely and looked very pretty. So I have really enjoyed this one. I do like this one a little bit more. I just feel like I prefer more of a matte cream bronzer, and this color is a little on the lighter side, which actually works very well for me. I have a hard time not going overboard with bronzer, especially up near my hairline. So the depth of this color works really well for me. This is a little bit more on the warm side, which I do like. And these do not set down. This is not a cream to powder. This is more of a cream. However, when I set my skin with my powder, my face does not feel sticky. It doesn't make the product ball up or look gummy. I have no issues applying it. I do use my e.l.f. small stipple brush to apply these. So I really am enjoying both of these products. Like I said, I do prefer the Sculptino. Then I also wanted to shout out the Patrick Ta Cream Contour Powder Bronzer Duo. This is one of the newer shades. She's bronzed. I already have She's Sculpted, which is a little bit more cool toned, and that one still works for me, but I like this color wise better for my preference. I like the formula of these products. I feel like they're a little thinner, a little bit more sheer, both the cream and the powder, which works really well for me. Usually I can't really layer products or it looks too nuts. I don't have any issues here with this product. I think I'm able to get a really nice amount of pigment but not be over the top with my bronzer. It is a very buildable formula, which I like. I think that works well for my skin tone. I haven't really heard any negative things about this, and Patrick Ta did release another deeper shade as well, so I feel like he has colors that would work well for deeper skin tones, even though it is more of a sheer formula, but I do really like this one. And then I have a product that was a favorite from last year, but I loved it just as much and I wanted to shout it out, even though unfortunately it has been discontinued. This is the Too Faced Sweethearts Bronzer in Sweet Tea. This is a luminous bronzer. It has a bit of a glow to it. There's no glitter in here. It doesn't have a metallic look. It just looks very healthy on the skin. Super beautiful product, and I really like the tones in here. It looks more neutral on my skin. Very pretty. Then for blush, I just have a couple of new standouts, although I did use and love a lot of my classic powder blushes for spring, but I wanted to mention some new creams. So from Merit, I have tried their Flush Balms before, but they recently released 4 new shades. I have 2 of them and I loved them. They look so beautiful. The pink is Stockholm and the more brownie color is Fox. I applied these with my Real Techniques buffing brush over top of my foundation, and these were able to show up quite nicely. I do usually apply a little bit more of a cream blush because once I set my skin with powder, it usually diffuses the look of it a little bit. I think that these applied really nicely and these shades are so beautiful. And then another new product to me, a new color I should say, is the M Cosmetics So Soft Cream Blush Stick. This is Demure. I also have the shade Lychee, which I'm wearing today. This is a great, more matte formula. These are a little bit more dewy looking on the skin, but this is still a very creamy consistency. It is so easy to apply and blend out. These do not blend nicely over set skin though, but I basically put my foundation on, put a decent amount of this blush on, set my skin with powder, still shows through, as you can see by the Lychee one I'm wearing, and it looks absolutely beautiful. But like I said, this is a formula I would say, actually both of these I don't think go over powder that well. And then lastly for face, I wanted to shout out my go-to highlighters. First being Nabla Skin Glazing in Ozone. This is something that I had really been using mostly in fall, but I have so many other fall highlights, and this I just ended up using so much this spring. I do have a good dip there in the center. This is a really great, more warm champagne shade, but it is on the lighter side. I'm wearing it today. I feel like it gives a beautiful glow without being too intense. Such a nice product, and I feel like I'm gonna love it even more in the springtime. And then for a little pizzazz, we have Benefit Tickle, which is more of a pink highlight, but you can tell there it has some golden tones to it as well, which makes it look not too pink or purpley on the skin. I love this formula. I would love for Benefit to release more shades because this formula is so good, but I feel like these are the only highlights that I need for the spring season. On to a brow product. It's something that I've used up, but this is the Kosas Brow Pop Pencil. I had the shade Honey Blonde, which was a great warm tone blonde color, and this has more of a teardrop shape to it, but this is a fantastic pencil because size wise, like as far as like thickness. It is in between Benefit Precisely My Brow and their Goof Proof pencil. Because I think for a lot of people, Goof Proof can be a little bit too thick. And when I use those two Benefit pencils, I use them together, but the Kosas one, because of the shape and the thickness, I was able to use this one very easily on its own to fill in my brow and to be more precise when drawing on the front and the tail. And I love that the size works for me to be able to use it on its own. The only negatives is that sometimes I feel like it could get like a little cakey in the front of my brow. I don't know if it was just like picking up some of my foundation or powder on the pencil or whatnot. It wasn't really a big deal, but that isn't necessarily something I have seen with other brow pencils. But this is really nice. I definitely want to get through my Benefit stash, but I do think that I would repurchase this one. Then for eyes, I have a ton of neutral shadows that I loved on the lid that are all fun, have some pizzazz, they're extra shimmery, and like a great way to just punch up an everyday look, sort of like what I have going on today. This is the MAC Dazzle shadow in Last Dance. This is the Kaja Bento eyeshadow trio in Peach Madeline. So the top shade is a little bit more chunky. Then you have more of a fine shimmer and then a matte color. Love these three formulas and these shades. What I have on my eyes today is a long limited edition product that still works perfectly. The Dose of Colors Ideal Duo in the shade Magic Moment. So you have a really sticky cream shadow on top and then a loose pigment. These formulas work so well together. I don't have much fallout. Then I have an Illamasqua Iconic Chrome Pigment in the shade Alluring. Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in Frose, and the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in Paradise Found. With these last four in particular, I do go in with my classic warm neutrals for transition crease and outer corner. If you don't watch my Makeup of the Days on Instagram, you might not be aware, but I use Anastasia Birkin for transition color, Bengal for crease shade. Then from the Aether Beauty Citrine Crystal Quad, I use the matte shade Midsummer as my outer corner color. So all of those are just super simple, fun, and they don't feel boring to me. And then I usually will put a little pop of color on my lower lash line, which I will talk about in a little bit. I also really love the Natasha Denona Mini Biba palette for an easy everyday look. And the Kaleidos Sashimi City palette for a little pizzazz on an everyday look with these really pretty like duochrome shimmer shades. I'll have my 2 Makeup of the Days with this palette linked down below. Then I had 2 more fun palettes. This is from Sugar Drizzle. It's my first time trying the brand and I'm so impressed. This is the Sugar Dreams palette. It's all shimmer, which I love because I have tons of mattes. You can see there is a lot of oil seepage here, which I don't love the way that looks, but it's fine. These are very creamy eyeshadows. I love the variety of colors they have in here. And these do have some nice duochrome effects. I absolutely fell in love with so many of the looks that I created. These look just so stunning on the lid. And then I have the Fantasy Cosmetica Rogue palette. I think that Fantasy Cosmetica has great quality. I really loved these 2 shimmers here. Earlier today, I filmed a video with this on the lid with my warm neutrals and I loved it. It looked like a beetle, which was so cool. And I was, again, just really happy with the way that this performed. Another eyeliner formula I absolutely love would be the Nabla Cupid's Arrow. I have these in some more neutral shades and I think they're amazing, but I got them in lavender and mint, and these are so good as well for being pastels. They are very pigmented, they're opaque. I don't have to run back and forth on my waterline to build them up. This is a thicker pencil. This is something I also like for waterline and lower lash line. These just do such a good job of staying in place. And they have so many beautiful shades to choose from. I would love for them to add some more colorful shades, but this is a really good formula and definitely an underrated product. And lastly for eyes, I wanted to shout out the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. I've been using this all year on my lower lash line and I never wore lower lash mascara. Maybe when I first started wearing makeup, but I haven't done it for years because I have not liked how it has looked on me. And I have very oily under eyes and very watery eyes. this is amazing. It stays in place so well, but it removes very easily as well. I don't feel like I'm sitting here having to pick at my lashes, which if I did, they would just all come out. This just adds the perfect amount of something on my lower lash area, and it is so good. So I'm gonna keep working on this until it is used up. I might use it for like 6 months or something. A really good formula, and I haven't found any other mascara that has worked nicely on my lower lashes. The brush works perfectly and the formula. And lastly, for beauty products, I have some lip favorites, way more than I've had in a while, and some of these are rediscovered and some of them are new favorites. First, I have a couple bullet lipsticks, and you guys might know I'm not a huge fan of bullet lipsticks. But first I have a Buxom Full Force lipstick in Heartthrob. This is one of my favorite bullet lipstick formulas. It's a great cream finish. It's not too thin, but it doesn't feel thick and heavy on the lips. It gives a really nice amount of shine. I love this shade Heartthrob because it's great nude with a little bit of pink in it, but slightly peachy as well. I feel like the look that I wore this with, it was the perfect amount of color, the perfect amount of pink, and they just look so good on the lips all the time. I would love for them to release some more shades. Then I have one of the MAC Love Me lipsticks, which is really like the only formula I like from MAC. And this is the color Très Blasé, a really nice, more neutral peachy color. And I love that this is a bit more of a buildable formula. It's not super sheer, but it also, again, isn't thick like some of the MAC formulas can be. And I absolutely love the look where I wore this one. And then I have one of the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serums. You guys already know I love this formula. And this is Rose Glow, which I think is such a great pink. I really do like pink lips, but I have a hard time finding the right shade of pink for me. And I feel like this is it. I'm so surprised by how much I love this formula because I don't like the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips at all. I feel like that one is also thick and creamy, but a little bit more sticky. This one is just smoother, and very happy to have this shade. Then I have a lip liner. This is ColourPop Lippy Pencil, which is my favorite formula. And this is the color BFF, which is a great just neutral lip liner. I love a lot of the other ColourPop ones I have, but they're a little cooler or a little warmer, a little pinker, a little peacher. But this one is just neutral light color to help define my lips. And I do like having a little definition before I put just a gloss on, which is what I did today. And this has worked well with so many glosses here, and they're all Buxom. So this first gloss is the Plump Shot Collagen Infused Lip Serum. I had used up a little mini in the clear, and then they came out with a couple shimmery ones. So this one is the color Flesh, a little bit of like a NARS Orgasm type of deal, except it's a little more gold than pink, but it doesn't have a metallic look to the lips. This is going to burn, but I like it. I do like plumping lip products. I don't like the Too Faced, but this one is intense. It is much more intense and burns more than their regular glosses, which are just a little bit more cooling. But I love the way this looks on the lips. And for some reason with all Buxom glosses, I feel like they just mesh into a lip liner so nicely, where other products I feel like it looks like here's my lip liner, here's my lip color. Those just naturally just melt in so nicely. And then I have these other glosses, and these are all ones I believe that I wore with the BFF lip liner or some other lip liner. And I know White Russian is so popular. I have never liked it. I always felt like it was a little too pale or too pink. Like I could never figure out what season I liked it in. I had initially thought winter, but it just looked too pale. This is great for spring. I love it with the look that I chose to pair it with, and it looks so much better on my lips when I use it with that BFF pencil. And I think it's just like too nude for me, but together with that looks so good. Then we have Bellini, which is a very similar color, but just a little deeper, has a little bit more peach in it. That looked so good as well. The Buxom glosses just makes my lips look a little bit juicy. And then what I'm wearing today was a limited edition color from last year, I think. This is in the shade Strawberry White Sangria. I love the undertone of this pink shade. So buxom glosses in general, they make my lips look fuller, have some gorgeous shine. I love the cooling feeling to them. The buxom glosses are the only sticky gloss that I will be okay with, and I just love them so much, and I'm addicted to buying their limited edition collection. So this is their newest limited edition collection, and they came out with one lip polish and one lip cream. I don't usually love the lip polishes, but in their past couple limited edition collections, they have had a lot more pigment. The only difference here really is that the lip polishes have a little shimmer, lip creams don't, but really happy to see that they added some more opacity. So the lip polish is in the shade Whitney and the lip cream is in the shade Negroni. These are just really unique pink shades to me, very wearable, so stunning, and I just love these formulas so much. I'm running out of time. My camera's trying to overheat, but I wanted to show you the lip liner and the lipsticks. So we have Buxom, the MAC lipstick, and the Makeup by Mario. I had some more time before my camera died. So here are the Buxom glosses. Here's the plump shot. You can tell, even though it has shimmer in it, it's basically clear. Then for the other glosses, we have White Russian, Bellini, Strawberry White Sangria, Negroni, and Whitney. So those are all of my beauty favorites. I wanted to mention some other random favorites. I have been loving a show, Mayor of Kingstown. It is incredibly graphic as far as like the violence, so beware of that. Second season was good. The first season was great. It's a show that I didn't quite expect to love. If you like the show Prison Break, you might like this. It's a little bit more violent than that, but still very good. I would love to hear if you guys have seen it. And then I have some music favorites, which is so nice because I'm already like playing them so much. I'm starting to get a little sick of some of these songs. I will have the music videos linked down below. The ones that I'm currently loving the most is Hate by Idman, I-D-M-A-N, it's a lady. Then What It Is Block Boy by Doechii, D-O-E-C-H-I-I. Then the song People by Libyanka. Those are like my three favorites. And then ones that I'm starting to be a little annoyed by because I've overplayed them would be Free Mind by Tim's, the DJ Zay remix, and then Baby Calm Down, the Selena Gomez song. I have been loving those the most. So again, music videos for those will be linked down below. So I know this was a really long favorites video, but I would love to hear your thoughts if you've tried these products out, and I would love to know what were your favorite products this spring season. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.